Destination Disneyland. Goal: find the best snacks for under $10. Can we do it? Of course we can. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. Disneyland and Disney California Adventure are pretty expensive trips, but just because you saved a whole lot for your hotel and your flight and your park tickets and your dining doesn't mean you have to stress over budgeting back a boatload if you want to snack around those parks during your vacation too. And trust me, snacking at Disneyland is one of the key reasons to go to Disneyland. The snack scene there is incredible. Fortunately, some of the greatest Disneyland snacks aren't going to cost you more than $10 to try. So today, we've rounded up the best and cheapest Disneyland sweet treats and savory munches so that you can start planning a snacking budget that's not going to weigh on your wallet. Let's start with the sweet treats. We're gonna go to the confectionaries. Now, there are 5 main candy stores you can hit up while you're in Disneyland. The first and the newest / most recently renovated, you don't need a park ticket for, and that's Disney's Wonderful World of Sweets in the downtown Disney district. Yes, this used to be Marceline's. Then you've got your Disneyland Park confectionaries. The main one that most locals think of when you say Disneyland Confectionery is going to be Candy Palace and Candy Kitchen over on Main Street, USA. But there's also another confectionery tucked away into Bayou Country called Pooh Corner, which is known for having Winnie the Pooh themed treats as well as other stuff. Super cute stuff. And finally, you've got your double dip confectionaries over in Disney California Adventure 2. The main one being Trolley Treats on Buena Vista Street right when you enter the park, and the other being Bing Bong Sweet Stuff over in Pixar Pier, which, much like Pooh Corner, has a lot of fun specialty inside-out goodies for you to choose from, along with the classic sugary Disneyland staples. Typically, each confection that you find across these various bakery display cases aren't going to break the $10 mark. You're going to find stuff like brittles and toffees, my personal favorite being that churro toffee, which costs around $8.99 these days, the limited time cupcakes, the loaded brownie pies, lots of cookies, seasonally themed caramel and candied apples. Some of those can push past that $10 limit, so watch out for that. Those divine peanut butter squares that'll put you back around $7.99. Remember when we used to have these in Disney World? That was great. No more. Exclusive rice cereal treats and many, many, many more goodies that'll cause that $10 snack budget to start burning a hole in your back pocket. Since we're already talking about affordable Disneyland planning, here's another thing to help you out that you won't even have to budget an extra cent for. Scan the QR code you see on the screen now, or click on the link in the description for disneyfoodblog.com/Disneyland plans after this. And you can pick up our free PDF that'll help you plan 3 perfect days in Disneyland, while also highlighting the key differences between planning a Disneyland vacation and a Disney World one. Okay, moving on. Any non-alcoholic treat from Adorable Snowman Frosted Treats. If you want a menu full of substantial sweets under $10, the Adorable Snowman right outside Pixar Pier is the place to go. I'm literally so proud of this spot because it's expanded its options so much over the past few years, and I absolutely love it here. Now let me show you. Starting with the basics, you can get the standard It's Lemon, It's Raspberry, or It's Mango non-dairy treat for $6.79, or you can get your flavor of choice snow-capped with hard shell vanilla topping for a few cents more. I highly recommend this. Now, if you're having a hard time deciding which flavor to try, you can get the flight of all 3 for $8.49, or you can get a swirl of 2 flavors for the same price as the one flavor, $6.79. If you like a little spicy along with your icy, try one of these flavors with a chili lime seasoning and diced mangoes on top for $8.49. And if you're looking for the most picturesque treat of the bunch, which will look great in pictures with you standing in front of the Pixar pal around, order the Pixar Pier Frosty Parfait for $8.49, which comes with your non-dairy flavor of choice swirled into a blue raspberry slush. Fritter flavors come and go from Royal Street Veranda and Disneyland Park constantly, but the one thing we can rely on is that some version of this fried treat is going to be on the menu when we visit. In the past, we've seen cranberry with orange dipping sauce, classic apple fritters with chunky apple dipping sauce, and most recently, coffee fritters with mocha sauce. I love me a good Ronto wrap, but those little space doggies definitely put us over our $10 limit. So instead, let's get the fried Falumpset cheese skewer from Ronto Roasters, which is basically a snack that was made with me in mind. This is a clump of crispy hash brown-like potatoes all battered and fried together, placed on a stick like a corn dog, and served with a mustard cheese dipping sauce on the side. And there's a bunch of cheese inside too. It is under the radar, an excellent snack. Ooh, it's time to talk about the seasonal alien macaron from Alien Pizza Planet. Year-round, you can pick up an alien macaron, not own, even though they like to say they're ooze, from the Alien Pizza Planet quick service in Tomorrowland. This green macaron costs around $8.79 and it's filled with salted caramel buttercream, chocolate ganache, and brownie bits. But usually Alien Pizza Planet also serves up an alien macaron that's all decked out for the season. This is ultra cute because that means you could get a unique macaron flavor shaped like a Toy Story alien who looks like a vampire or a Santa Claus or a Buzz Lightyear or even a reindeer. If you want a unique soft pretzel in Disneyland that still puts you under $10, head to Refreshment Corner on Main Street, USA, ASAP. Along with the classic Mickey-shaped pretzel for $6.29, you can also get a jalapeno cheese-filled pretzel or a cream cheese-filled pretzel for $7.29. But if you're looking for something truly unique and sweet, grab the cinnamon roll pretzel for $8.29. This is a hidden gem, y'all. This is basically the cream cheese-filled one, just topped with additional sweetness like cinnamon sugar and cream cheese icing drizzle. Although the pretzel doesn't ooze cream cheese from the inside, the cream cheese frosting dripping over the outside definitely makes up for it. The cinnamon topping is applied liberally, and with the frosting really creates a lovely blend of sweet and savory that makes this a nice under $10 treat any time of day. Now, if you're looking for a special Disney-rific sourdough from the San Francisco area and DCA that's baked into different characters or seasonal shapes, like Mickey Mouse or Baymax or a holiday pull-apart Christmas tree, then that's going to be an over $10 luxury item. But if you're more about the bread itself, less about the fun shape, Aunt Cass Cafe sells sourdough rounds for $6.99, sourdough baguettes for $7.49, and full sourdough loaves for $7.49 too. Or you could pay a visit to the self-guided Boudin Bakery next door and get a free little tiny sourdough sample if you really want to be under budget. Ooh, and bonus bread snack. Aunt Cass Cafe also has seasonal bread puddings that you can find for $7.99. And if you know anything about Disney snacking, you know that Disney can do a bread pudding right. So check on the seasonal options via the online menu to see what's going to be available during your next trip, and then commit to the bread pudding if you too are a fan of warm, gooey, decadent bread desserts that just melt in your mouth upon impact. Next up are the Mickey-shaped beignets from the Mint Julep Bar in Disneyland. Now, for the record, I'm talking about the 3 count, not the 6 count. Thought I'd get that out of the way first. The Mint Julep Bar window, attached to Tiana's Palace in New Orleans Square, serves up those mighty tasty traditional powdered sugar beignets that we all know and love and like to shake the bags of to make sure that powdered sugar goodness is evenly distributed across each fluffy pastry. The really cool thing about ordering beignets from the Mint Julep Bar lately, though, is how they keep experimenting with different seasonal flavors. So if you need a break from the traditional stuff, you might be able to find an exclusive specialty beignet, like pumpkin spice for the fall or peppermint for the holidays. And seasonal beignets tend to be a few cents more versus the traditional ones, but you're still going to keep things under that $10 limit. And if you're cool with hitting $9.99 before tax, right on the money, you can also order an assorted 3-pack of beignets that mix the seasonal and traditional flavors together. If you're looking for more under $10 beignet options outside Disneyland Park, you might also want to pay a visit to Beignet Express inside downtown Disneyland, which is where you're going to find the largest assortment of beignet flavors made fresh daily. They're not shaped like Mickey, but they're really good. Similar to the beignets, we're only talking about the 6-count cookies here, not the baker's dozen at Harbor Galley, which will definitely put you over the $10 budget. But regardless, 6 cookies should be plenty of cookies to make you realize why we consider these desserts some of the best across property. The classic chocolate chip version tastes like they just came out of the oven. They're fresh and warm and soft and filled with rich, gooey chocolate chips. They've got these slightly crunchy edges, exactly what you're looking for from a homemade chocolate chip cookie. And these cookies taste even better if you're willing to spend a little extra for some dip to dunk them in. The dips switch up depending on the season, but all the different dip flavors tend to cost around $1.39. Also, I'll be on the lookout for seasonal cookies. Beyond the classic chocolate chip, you might find 6 and 13 count cookie options made just for the holidays or for whatever season is going on. Let's head over to Jolly Holiday. There are tons of different assorted desserts to try at Jolly Holiday right off of Main Street, USA, and the majority of them are going to cost you between $5 and $8 each. These include stuff like fruit loaves and bundt cakes and cookies shaped like our good pal Mickey Mouse, cinnamon rolls, muffins, croissants, cheesecake slices, macarons, including my scriptwriter Bria's favorite raspberry rose Mickey macaron for some reason that I don't understand because they taste like perfume to me, and macaroons, including my my favorite Matterhorn macaroon for obvious reasons. Now, if you need a bit more icing to go along with your baked good, you can also order an extra side of cream cheese icing for $1.49, and it still, more than likely, won't push you over that $10 limit. There are 2 locations where you can find the cheesy garlic pretzel bread in Disneyland Park, and that's at Edelweiss Snacks and Maurice's Treats, both in Fantasyland. Not only is that garlic bread pillowy and salty, but the gooey, buttery cheese inside is extremely satisfying. And if you're a dip girl like me, you might also want to pair your cheesy garlic bread with one of the many dipping sauces here, like marinara, barbecue, sweet chili, ranch, or buffalo. But just keep in mind that this will slightly push you over that $10 limit since the sauces are $1.39. A refreshing Disney Dole Whip is a staple, coast to coast. Normally, if I want a Dole Whip in Disneyland, you'll more than likely find me picking one up from Tropical Hideaway in Adventureland, since this little corner of the park is themed to Jungle Cruise and has savory bao buns to go along with that sweet, frosty pineapple goodness. More about those in just a sec. But other locations you can pick up a Dole Whip that'll potentially have different Dole Whip flavors for you to choose from too, expanding on the season, are the Tiki Juice Bar, also in Adventureland. That's where you used to only be able to get Dole Whips in Disneyland, and Tangaroa Terrace over at Disneyland Hotel. Also keep an eye out for other Dole Whip specialty items that still won't push you over that $10 snack budget, like Dole Whip floats and seasonal Dole Whip sundaes. Okay, coming back to the bao now like we promised. Tropical Hideaway has a variety of bao buns that, dare I say, might be on the same level or even better than our beloved cheeseburger pods over in Disney's Animal Kingdom, maybe? At very least, there's usually more bao bun variety here, with options like char siu pork and lime chicken bao. These bao buns are a great option if you have reservations for a table service restaurant later on in the day that's past your normal lunchtime, and you'd like something at least a little filling to hold you over until then. Bao flights that come with a serving of 3 will break the $10 threshold, but individual bao cost about $6.49 each. Need some more bao sauce with a slightly spiced kick to go along with your bun? You can tack that on too for an extra $1.39. Along with the bao, you can also try the shrimp and chive pot stickers for $9.49, which come with a crispy chili garlic sauce, fresh herbs, and lime. All right, we've made it to the jungle skewers from Bengal Barbecue. So Bengal Barbecue over in Disneyland's Adventureland and not too far away from Tropical Hideaway is the home of several tasty skewer selections. The most affordable skewer here, the Savory skewer, also happens to be one of our favorites of the bunch because it's fresh asparagus, complemented with salty bacon, both charred until smoky. You can pick this one up for around $6.49. The other skewers are also solid options too, ranging in price between $7 and $8, and include stuff like the chieftain chicken skewer in a Polynesian sauce, the Bengal beef skewer in a sweet Zulu sauce, and the hot and spicy Banyan beef skewer, and the pork belly skewer in hoisin sauce. A few other noteworthy under $10 snacks hiding out on the Bengal Barbecue menu include that tiger tail breadstick baked with garlic and herbs and sharp cheddar cheese for $4.99, great hidden gem there, and the Thai tea slushie with brown sugar spheres and cold foam for $8.29. This Toontown option is definitely pushing our $10 limit, but I thought it was worth a mention anyway. Cafe Daisy is a great Disneyland park choice for guests who want a more familiar entree or snack with a bit of a twist. This flop over is made with mozzarella, provolone cheese, and tomato sauce. It's got a really good crust and a really interesting pita/taco looking shape. But don't go expecting this to be the most unique option you're going to find park-wide or anything. Mainly, it's going to be a good one for picky eaters or for groups who arrive at Mickey's Toontown and plan to stick around the area for a chunk of the afternoon. All right, this one, I don't know, I'd dedicate a whole video to this if I could. This is the Choco Smash Bar from Pim Test Kitchen. It's $8.79. What's so special about this candy bar? It's an Avengers-themed candy bar. It is huge, and it is so good. I still don't understand why they haven't made this at like $15. Like, it's worth $15, at least to me. Anyway, it's over at Pim Test Kitchen in Avengers Campus. It's made with dark chocolate, peanuts, caramel, nougat, and chocolate brownie, although there absolutely is peanut butter in there. It doesn't say it on the list, but I guarantee you there's peanut butter in there. Basically stitching together a Snickers, a Three Musketeers, and a Reese's peanut butter cup. The Choco Smash is also celestial size because this is the Pim kitchen we're talking about, so any food that's impacted by Pim particles is either going to be really big or really tiny. Just ask Ant-Man. And I absolutely love this one. Did I mention I love this one? I love this one. I will come with you to Disneyland whenever you're going and share this with you, or I will just get my own. Pier is also the home of the Jack Jack Cookie Num Num kiosk, which has those thick, warm chocolate chip cookies just waiting for you after your ride on Incredicoaster. And they're the ones you can smell when you're riding it, by the way. But if you're looking for a gluten-free cookie option from this kiosk, the Incredicookie might be more in your wheelhouse, plus it's slightly cheaper than Jack Jack's cookie. The Incredicookie is the slightly bigger version of those thumbprint cookies that you tend to see pop up around the holidays. Total underrated gems, complete with a dollop of blackberry jam right there in the center of the sugar cookie dough. It's time to talk funnel cake fries from Hungry Bear Barbecue Jamboree. Now, if you want the seasonal version of funnel cake fries found at Hungry Bear Barbecue, you're going to be breaking the $10 limit. But if you choose to stick with the classic cinnamon sugar option, you're going to stay in budget and you'll be able to munch on sweet and slightly crunchy but soft and doughy on the inside funnel cake fries. Now, I understand it's hard to give up your standard funnel cake for funnel cake fries, and that's okay. There are standard funnel cakes and the strawberry funnel cakes that are going to come in under budget as well, like over at Stage Door, stuff like that. But if you are a funnel cake fry person, then this is where you want to go. By the way, if you're looking to enhance your basket of classic funnel cake fries, order a side of the warm chocolate mocha dipping sauce to go along with them for an extra $1.49. I love Disneyland's plethora of dipping sauces. Heading over to Rancho del Zocalo, I am a big fan of this quick service restaurant in Disneyland Park, and I'd highly recommend just getting a full-blown Mexican-inspired meal here. But if you're just looking for a speedy yet satisfying savory snack for under $10, then order yourself a basket of the crispy chips con limon with salsa, which are ridiculously addictive thanks to that hint of salty citrus. If you're looking for a savory snack that's under $5, ask for the chips without the salsa, though that's a whole lot less fun. I mean, chips are meant for dipping, and this is the perfect dipping chip, but to each their own. And for something that's a little more substantial in the savory department, consider trying the esquite bowl for $6.49. This is a bowl filled with white corn, chipotle cream, crispy corn, cilantro, and cotija cheese. And I love cheesy corn, but I'm not as wild about the soapy tasting cilantro. But again, to each their own. In its most classic form, the gray stuff from Red Rose Tavern in Fantasyland tends to be made of a shortbread cookie, red velvet cake, raspberry, and cookies and cream mousse. But the sprinkles and decor that you'll receive on top all depends on what season you're visiting during. But regardless of how the gray stuff is all spruced up, you shouldn't have to worry about breaking your $10 snack budget on it. Oh, and don't be shocked if you come to Red Rose Tavern and the gray stuff isn't looking all that gray anymore. Sometimes its mousse overlay doesn't just impact the toppings, but the flavor as well. So really expect the unexpected with this stuff because it's sure to change up on you, sometimes for the better. I love the Troubadour Tavern over in Fantasyland is my one-stop shop for a loaded baked potato. You know I love a baked potato in a theme park because potatoes are elite savory park snacks, in my opinion, and maybe, hopefully, you feel the same way about starchy foods as I do. Unfortunately, if you're wanting one of the specialty loaded potatoes from Troubadour, you're gonna have to pay more than $10 for that luxury. But if you're cool with sticking to the classic option, the one loaded up with butter, sour cream, cheese, bacon bits, and green onions, you'll keep things under $10 and still get all that starchy, cheesy, salty bliss. So, this is a fried dough stick coated in cinnamon and sugar. What is not to love about it? But I guess you could argue that it's too basic of a theme park staple, something you could pick up from any old carnival or state fair. But much like the Mickey beignets, Disneyland's churros come in many seasonal varieties too, all year long. And I will just say, for some reason, which could have something to do with, I don't know, atmospheric pressure, who knows, Disneyland's churros themselves are pretty elite. So if you can find a churro cart, which you will because they're everywhere around the parks and downtown Disney too, then you're bound to find a seasonal churro flavor on the menu. I also like to track down the churros that have premium sauce accompaniments because of course I do. For example, you can get a churro from the Cozy Cone at DCA plus a side of warm caramel sauce to dunk it in for $1.39 more. Basically, I'm just gonna make this whole video about Disneyland sauces. And it's chimichanga time. You knew we would get here. If you want a crispy fried burrito filled with beef and beans in Disneyland, just track down the snack stands that also sell those jumbo turkey legs. These savory options tend to stick together on the Disneyland menus. You'll also find classic chimichangas over in the Cozy Cone Motel at DCA too. It's really a snack hub over there with lots of different items to try, including the churros and some soft serve, mac and cheese cones, seasonal popcorn flavors. Definitely worth a stop if you're on your under $10 snack tour. And if you're looking for a quick breakfast to start your day, head over to the Big Thunder Mountain Railroad snack cart for a breakfast version of the chimichanga too. This is a favorite of a lot of folks, and this morning one is stuffed with that classic bacon, egg, and cheese mix. Disney California Adventure hosts 3 different seasonal festivals every year, and with those fests, you're going to be able to munch across some of the best snacky options park-wide, many of which are not going to push you over the $10 limit, unless of course you want to snack on multiple things. At the beginning of the year, you've got Lunar New Year. During the spring, you've got DCA's Food and Wine Festival, and at the end of the year, you've got Festival of Holidays. Along with specialty food booths lining Paradise Garden Park, DCA's various quick services and table services will also get in on all the festival action by offering limited time bites and drinks and maybe some mixology or tasting seminars too, specifically during Food and Wine. Okay, turning things over to you, what Disneyland snacks are you most excited to try on your next visit? Or is there a Disneyland treat that you think should have been added to this list? Remember, it's gotta stay in that $10 budget. Let me know down in the comments, and don't forget to check out some of our other Disneyland videos next, like our 50 mistakes to avoid in Disneyland. And if you haven't already, now's a good time to go ahead and grab that free PDF of ours that'll help you plan 3 perfect days in Disneyland over on DisneyFoodblog.com/Disneyland plans. Thanks for listening, everyone, and thanks for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.